What's up, VIP gang, and welcome back to the VIP Lounge, where you gain value, impact, and of course, purpose. So today, I'm answering a question that I've been repeatedly, what's the English? That has been repeatedly posed at me. Okay, right, there we go. And that as you've already read from the title or heard from the title, for those that are listening but visually here, I am addressing the issue of me not wanting to get married. So the question is, have I changed my mind about not wanting to get married? Okay, so now that I am getting older, getting wiser, getting more mature, there are a lot of things that are now making sense to me, and I realized that me not wanting to get married or me saying that I don't want to get married has always been an issue of living in an ableist society where a lot of people just look at somebody like me and think, oh, she can't get married. What value would she add to a marriage? If she got married today, it means that she would need a caregiver. Her husband would be her caregiver and things like that. And as I've gotten some time to do some introspection, I just really think about my life and where I'm going and what I really want out of my life and my purpose. The honest truth is that I've realized that I do enjoy company, but then again, I also enjoy being alone. As I'm sitting here right now, I don't feel lonely. I don't feel the urge to rush into a relationship just to be with somebody or just to be in a companionship or partnership with somebody. Because I feel like I have a lot of what I need in my life through my family and friends. So as an individual, I feel like I'm complete. I am whole. But I do think that at some point in my life, I don't want to continue to be alone because right now I'm very comfortable because I have a lot of things that are not yet married or that don't have children yet. So I feel like at some point I'm probably gonna start feeling like I need somebody. But not to say that even if I don't get somebody, I won't be able to cope on my own. I can do that. But I also think that it's also nice to build something with someone and explore what it's like to really have a relationship that is different from a sisterhood, a family relationship, or a friendship. There's certain things that I do wish I could experience, but I have not experienced because of a lot of factors. I guess the main thing is, like I said, living in an ableist society where I think I have adopted the mindset of the general population regarding persons with disabilities. So even when I look at myself, I'm strong, I'm beautiful, I'm confident, but that strength, that confidence, that independence, that beauty, it can only go so far, you know? I've trained my mind to think that friendships are enough. Having a family life where there's just me and my sister and my dad is enough. I haven't really been able to visualize myself being somebody's wife because of how society looks at people with disabilities and how incurable relationships even the perception that society has on incurable relationships. People just think, in fact, people are asked to think that your partner who does not have a disability is either your friend or your brother, your sister, or the most common one, your caregiver. And that's not always the case because, as I always say, that disability is a spectrum. And another thing is not being confident enough that I will find somebody that's kind because at this rate, a lot of people are crying, a lot of people are going through the most because of toxic relationships. And I would rather be alone than be pressured to be in a relationship with somebody that I am not guaranteed is a nice person, a kind person, because I definitely will need somebody that is kind, patient, loving, God-fearing, and I guess having somebody that's God-fearing just summarizes all of the qualities that I'm looking for. Somebody that's God-fearing is automatically a kind person, a nice person, a patient person, an understanding person. And given where I am going, the direction that I'm taking when it comes to my life, my career, my purpose, I believe that YouTube or generally content creation and music are my ministry. So I think about that. Am I gonna find somebody that is gonna understand that those are my ministries? And I also wonder if it's in God's plan also to locate me into the marriage ministry because marriage is also ministry on its own. If it wasn't ministry, then many of us wouldn't be inspired by people that are joyfully married, people that are doing the most, serving God, fulfilling their mission and purpose in a partnership called marriage, and even more so, the whole covenant. Just knowing that God is in the center of how two people come together, how they build a life together, how they create their own family. I believe that is something that is really powerful and inspiring, and it definitely hits different in this generation more than it did in the previous years because the older generation, our parents, when they're looking at marriage, they don't think of it as an achievement. But in our generation, the millennials, the Gen Zs, it's now a huge achievement to be able to get to a point where you get married. That's huge. That's what we're celebrating. Because a lot of people, like I said earlier, are going through the most. And there's a lot of pressure. There's a lot of pressure. The pressure then escalates because of the whole social media thing. Everyone just wants to show and shine, share their own testimony of how God has blessed them to be able to have that special covenant with Him by getting married. So I think that maybe right now I'm I'm okay, but sometimes I do think about it. What's gonna be the end for me? Because even though marriage looks beautiful, especially for those that have been married for 20 plus years, I think about it. The way that a lot of people are behaving, the picture that they're painting, it's really tough. For me, it's like, okay, I desire to get married, and then I do get married. What's next? Obviously, I don't want to work on myself and achieve absolutely everything on my own because I don't think that's even possible. There's so many things that a lot of married people have achieved and done together as married couples with so much love and peace and support. Sometimes I feel like the advice that we're giving the younger ladies is just a little too much. We're telling you guys, oh, go get some money, be independent, do this, do that, do that, do that. But I've also learned that there's absolutely nothing wrong with starting from scratch with a partner, with somebody that you have a good relationship with, somebody that gives you great communication, somebody that considers you, somebody that reassures without you begging or asking. It's something that is natural for them to do it. So there's a lot of pressure for young women to get to experience life as independent women. We tell these young girls to go to school, work hard, get your own car, get your own place to stay, start your own business, have your own identity. I genuinely just think it just goes down to the type of person you marry. I know that a few months ago, Aisha Curry was trending because of how she expressed herself that she had dreams and she wasn't able to fulfill those dreams because she then became a wife, life changed, her energy was so focused on being a wife and a mom to her kids. She wishes she had had the opportunity to just be herself and focus on her career, her dreams, and all that. I genuinely think that it's not impossible. The key issue is just making sure that there's that understanding between two people before you even decide to get married. Because at the end of the day, it's you two that decide what kind of marriage you want. So the fact that values differ is what makes some women then lose their identity when they get married or when they have children because the Bible also teaches us to submit to our husbands. But who's also considering our feelings? Who's also considering our values? Who's considering our dreams? So that's why it's important for both ladies and gentlemen to take their time when it comes to dating and courtship. And it's also important for you to be vulnerable and to also present yourself as you are. We also need to stop judging people with certain characters or behaviors because we don't know where people are coming from. The only thing that I've learned is to take my time and to also understand that I don't have to be a part of somebody's trauma. Somebody's trauma doesn't have to be projected onto me because that is what makes a lot of us women change and lose our identity. And it's very important for us to be able to know that you can't change a man. Even a woman, you can't change a person. You have to take all of them and what they come with. But the challenge now is being able to discern if you can handle that trauma because we need to be able to be working together and be on the same page. Marriage shouldn't have to change you completely. Marriage should just add onto what is already there, not take away what you've built for yourself or established for yourself as an individual. So those are just my sentiments regarding marriage and the honest truth is I feel like I'm not getting the right headspace to fully visualize and see myself as alive. I feel like I will probably have to see more people like myself getting to marriage because I ask myself so many questions. Is the person going to be able to love me and accept me the way that I am? Because for me it does not it no longer registers every single day that I'm different, that my eyes look different, that my ears are the same, that I have a speech problem. You know, okay, never say never, but it no longer registers that I have multiple disabilities because I've been able to empower myself in so many ways. I've, I've managed to go to school, acquire a degree, now that I'm doing my master's. I feel good about it. I feel like I'm adding value to myself and potentially adding value wherever I'm gonna go. If it's according to God's plan that I get married. And me taking someone's last name and representing and uplifting that person's family is every girl's dream. So I guess I just need to get therapy and talk about some of those issues because I feel like I also avoid vulnerability. I'm so used to being such a strong person, and I just feel like opening up myself that deep is going to make me very vulnerable, even more vulnerable than I already am. And I don't want my vulnerability to break the next person. The way that people get so emotional, the way that people get so broken when they see me down. I feel like I always have to be strong for other people. So I then ask myself, opening up myself to somebody's son, what does that mean? What does that look like? And what are the effects or what is the impact of opening myself up to this person without making them feel like it's a lot because already people sympathize and empathize with me without even knowing so much about me. What if I allow that level of intimacy? Will that not destroy me and will that not destroy the next person? Will destroy whatever we would have built? So yeah, those are some of my fears, my thoughts, and my experiences also. Being a young woman with multiple disabilities and very few long term. In fact, I don't think I've ever been in a long term relationship. I don't think I've ever been in a relationship that goes far beyond 4 months. If we're being honest, I don't think I would even count those relationships. Oh, I can't even speak. Relationships as real relationships because come to think of it, I'm also realizing and acknowledging that I've also never been in love. Like in love to a point where I just want to leave everything and just be with this person. I am love. Love is who I am at my core, and I think that is reflected in my music. I sing about things that I would like to experience, things that I fantasize about, things that I feel like I can't voice out through actions because of the nature of my disabilities and my lifestyle also. So I sing a lot about love, the type of romantic and spiritual life I'd like to to enjoy and experience one day, but I haven't really gotten to that point yet. And I don't even know if I'm ever gonna get to that point. I don't think I've also ever been asked out on a date by somebody that I actually like. The bulk of my life is just been crush on this guy, crush on that guy, crush on this guy, crush on that guy, and then it just ends like that. I've never really truly experienced somebody that I actually felt something so fun for, and for them to feel something so fun for me and pursue me and actually go all out for me. I've never experienced that, so sometimes the idea of marriage just feels like it's wishful thinking, or it only exists in movies, or it's only for other people and not me, you know. So that's just what I wanted to share with you guys. Please do let me know in the comments if you also struggle with the same things, whether you have a disability or you don't. Please do comment down below with the red rose emoji. And don't forget to like and subscribe and share this video if you can. I love you guys deep and I'll see you in the next one. Bye!